Thank you for tuning in. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. We hope your experience is fruitful. Please feel free to visit our website to find out how you can join our growing family. While we are loading your experience, please do us a quick favor and hit that like button from whichever platform you're watching or listening on. Also, share so others may enjoy as well. And we hope you would consider hitting that subscribe or follow button so you can check out more of our amazing content. All right, let's start the show.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday, and welcome to the Daryl Walter Show. Listen, y'all, I'm excited. I'm excited about today's message. I'm excited just about today's show because I just feel like it's going to be a great show. We have a lot to talk about because there is a lot going on in the streets, y'all. So listen, come on in. Welcome, everybody. Do me a huge favor. If you are enjoying this, click like, click share. Shout out to my Bullet in Flight Radio family. Shout out to Pyro Media Network. Shout out to all of my people listening. If you're listening on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, you're catching the reels on, TikTok and all of those great places. Shout out to all of y'all. Welcome, everybody. How's everybody doing out there? How y'all doing? Y'all having a good week so far? It's hump day, as some would say. Listen, before we get into what went viral, I just want to give I'm going to be real churchy today, a quick testimony. I saw my ex. Okay, I don't talk about relationships too much in public, but I saw someone that I have the misfortune of referring to as an ex, okay? And I saw them out in public, and y'all, I didn't have a reaction. Kwame, cue the shouting music. Cue me shouting. Okay. I said I saw my ex, and I didn't have a reaction.
You got to learn how to let your feet speak for you. And right now, my feet got a testimony.
Listen, I don't know about y'all, and I never thought I would be in this place, and I didn't know what was going to happen. But have you ever had an ex or someone in your life that just caused you a lot? Caused you to go through a lot? You ever had an ex that just took the life out of you, almost ruined your life? Lynette, I saw my ex and I didn't have a reaction. And I'm talking about that ex. I'm just gonna have a praise break by myself because if you don't know, then good for you. I ain't even gonna say the name, but the one that almost ruined my. I had an ex that almost ruined my life. My fault. I got involved. They was living here, and anyways, it was over. I moved on, got into therapy. It's one of those things that got me into therapy, baby. And when I tell you I saw him, I didn't feel nothing. I didn't feel any anger. I didn't feel like I wanted to, you know, throw some. I understand when people, key cars and throw bricks in windows. Not that I would. Good evening, Dr. Holt. Dr. Holt, I saw my ex and I didn't have a reaction. I'm going to shout it every time I get. Every time. Every time. Anyways, let's get into what went viral. Y'all, we have a lot to discuss. We have just a lot to discuss. Baby, the streets are wild this week. Let's get into it. Gospel singer Bobby Storm. Now, Bobby Storm is a gospel artist. She is a part of the singing group Maverick City, which, if you haven't followed Maverick City, they were in the news already, last year before last, they had kicked out one of their members because the members was on the party bus with Bad Bunny, right? So here come Bobby Storm. They got nominated for a Grammy, and she's getting backlash after being on the airplane. And she wanted to let everybody know that she was nominated. Listen, Dr. Holt, hold on. Before we go through with Bobby, Dr. Holt, listen. There was a period, let me tell you, there's a period if I'd have saw mine, call the police. Matter of fact, that's how it ended. The police were called, but that's a whole nother story time. But I didn't feel nothing. Matter of fact, I know they wanted me to feel something, but it wasn't nothing inside. Anyways, this baby here, Bobby Storm, got up on the plane. And listen, I have the video, but it was too easy. Shout out to Nick Few. Shout out to content creator, actor. He is Tabitha Brown's close friend, brother. He reenacted it. It's absolutely hilarious. But this is the actual audio of what happened. Let's play it.
Sit down. The seatbelt signs off. The seatbelt signs off. It's not a disturbance. Once you hear, it's right here, babe.
Okay, have a seat.
I am. You have a seat. Okay. So watch me bless him. So I used to sing on planes a long time ago. I just found out I'm up for 2 Grammys. My very first time, you guys. My name is Bobby Storm, and I'm up for 2 Grammys. I sing for the Lord, and my song is out on all platforms. It's called We Can't Forget Him. Michael McDonald cleared it. Warren G is on the original record as well. It's with Regulators. I want to share this with you guys. I wanted to do it when I first got on the plane, but I was like, I haven't done this in a while. I've gotten to the next status, so they're enjoying it. So while we're sitting here, could I please?
I'm not enjoying it. So I'm asking you, can you be quiet?
Okay, well,
That's a yes or no answer, please.
Am I going to go to jail if I don't?
Can you please answer my question? Are you willing and able to be quiet right now?
I'm doing what the Lord is telling me to do.
I'm asking you a question, yes or no. I'm your flight leader. I need you to follow my instruction.
Okay.
My instructions for you to answer my question. Are you able to be quiet?
What do you guys think?
I'm asking you, ma'am.
I'm asking you guys. What do you guys think?
Okay. If you're not able to follow my instruction, you will not be taking this flight.
Okay.
Are you able to be quiet?
Baby, listen. So the responses were mixed. Some people were on Bobby's side. Other people were like, listen, if you get on my flight and say anything, I want you off. So Bobby responded. Let's see her response.
Hey, so a testimony is not complete until you actually go through it all. So I was on the phone with my sister because she was calling me in tears, talking about how proud she was that I was being bold for God and all of these different things. And so as I'm talking to her, I'm recognizing as I'm telling her the story, people need to hear this point of view because this is going to inspire some people to be bold for God. So I want to share with you guys my point of view and everything that happened on this flight. So we got on a plane, we all boarded, but the music was so loud in the speakers. They were playing top 40 on the speakers. And I had this unction to sing for people because I've sang on a lot of flights before. And I do know the rules from doing that. As I'm sitting in my seat, I'm telling my neighbor, I really want to get up and sing on this flight. And she's like, sing on a flight. And I'm like, yeah, I used to do that back in the day. And I'm feeling it right now. I haven't done it in years, but I'm feeling like sharing my joy with people because I just got nominated for the first time for a Grammy. And she was like, okay, do it when we land. And I was like, well, when we land, everybody's going to be standing up. So the people in the front won't be able to see me, hear me. And that's just not what's on my spirit. So if God wants it to happen, it'll happen. I took my pillow, put it on the front of the chair, and I started to go to sleep while we were taxiing. And all of a sudden, they made an announcement and said, we have to go back to the gate. There's a brief maintenance issue. So for those of you with a connection, you have the option to get off or whatever the case may be, but we have to go back to the gate. I knew instantly that was God. Now, because I've
Let's
sang in
pause.
so many
Let's just
different
pause.
public places, I've
Let's just pause.
never felt
That's enough. Bring the picture back up and put me in the big picture and make her little on the side. Right. Okay. Being bold for God will have you looking stupid. Okay. Let me just put that out there for a lot of y'all out there that don't take her seriously. Okay. Some of y'all, not y'all. There are some people out here who are going to listen to her and do some stupid shit. Not the shit I'm talking about later on, but just some dumb stuff. Okay. The airplane had the taxi back for you to go I just don't like her. Okay. I'm just going to I don't like her. I don't like her attitude. She's a pretty girl. So, we already just got an attitude with her already. And then she came on the plane like, I'm next status now, so I want to sing for y'all. No, Bobby Thunderstorm. Baby, you going to save your Warren G remix gospel hip hop song for when you land and get to where you are. Congratulations, we celebrate you. Let me take my nap. People don't listen. There's certain places, and if you're going to do it, you just got to do it. See, a couple of things right here, and we just going to move on for her because she just worked my entire nerve. Number one, if you're going to do it, you just got to do it, baby. If you feel like God told you to do it, do it. But if you, then no. It's too late. You already missed the opportunity. Secondly, I bet you half that airplane don't know who Maverick City is. Everybody don't know who you are. Okay, let that be another lesson right there. A lot of people think because you got 10,000 followers, because you got a single over here, everybody knows who you are. It's billions of people in the world, baby. It's billions of people in the world. Not necessary. Okay, I don't know if y'all agree or not. Let me know in the comments. Let's move forward because the streets is messy as hell this weekend. We have a lot to cover. Bobby Storm, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all know who she is? Anybody help me out? I'm not, like, I know who Maverick City is. It's a whole group though, so I'm not even gonna act like I just know. Just so tired. The Lord told me to because I used to sing on flights and now I got a Grammy nomination. Girl, if you don't take that flesh off the parade and go somewhere and sit down immediately, that's what you need to do is sit down and have all of your seats. Tamar Braxton, James Wright Chanel, and Krishan beat people up. Rock. I just put a diagram up. Let's just bring me small and bring the diagram up because it is just way too much going on. And I bet you as we speak, there's another video that's going to go up. Okay, listen. Lest you've been sleeping under a rock, Tamar Braxton is on her tour. She is on her Love and War. I keep loving hip hop. Well, that's what it feels like right now. It's Love and Hip Hop. Love and War 10-year anniversary tour, to which it was sold out. Now, they were in Los Angeles recently. That's Tamar at the top. That's Krishan Rock next to her. Tamar invited Krishan Rock to the concert, okay? She did not invite her to the to do a performance, okay? Let's just pause right there. Can anybody name a song from Krishan Rock? Did y'all know that she sang or rapped? Did you know that she had a talent outside of beating people up? Because I didn't. I just didn't. Okay, but I took the time to listen to it, and it doesn't match up with the brand of Tamar Braxton. So Tamar had invited her to the concert during the twerking session. Okay, let's take into account, and nobody's talking about this, ain't nobody saying nothing, but Krishan was drunk. Okay, Krishan was drunk. Okay, let's just stay right there. No, Kwame, there's no video for this because I don't have time to be uploading all of this crap. I just want to talk about it and be done with it because it's too much. I'm going to post the videos on the Daryl Walter Show Facebook page. Y'all can go listen to that and look at that, everybody, because it's too much, okay? Long story short, Krishan missed her cue to go to the twerking contest. I suspect because she had too much liquor in her system, but Krishan's drunk ass claims that she was there. Okay, that's James Wright Chanel in the middle, and at the bottom is the man who put on the concert, Mr. Troy Davis. Okay, Troy is the first person who spoke out against this altercation assault that happened. Tamar didn't say anything. Robert didn't say anything, and I bet y'all wondering who the pretty boy is with the holes in his shirt on the other side. That's Mooney. According to Robert Hatcher, who is Tamar's tour manager, if some of y'all have been following him, you remember him from American Idol back in the day. He was on, and he was on Sunday's Best also. Mooney is Tamar Braxton's makeup artist and choreographer. The boy is talented, can twerk like nobody's business. Mooney was in the room. Robert was in the room. Krishan was in the room. These are the people that were in the room. Let me say, allegedly, you're welcome, Kwame. Okay? Robert was consoling Krishan. James said you wasn't there. Mooney confirmed no, she wasn't at the side. Krishan with her drunk, misplaced, angry ass. Yes, pay attention, okay? James and Krishan on the right next to Tamar went and socked James in the face several times. Now, here is the issue, and here's where people are getting upset. They are like, well, where's the proof? Where's the receipts? Why ain't nobody posting those pictures? Here's a couple of things y'all not thinking about. First of all, Krishan is a single mother. You gotta be a really piece of work to send a single mother to jail. Okay, granted she deserves it, but black folks, come on now, we have a heart. Right, that's Krishan. Work with me. Thank you very much, Elder. Krishan socked James in the face several times. Point James out. That's James Wright Chanel. Okay, Robert Hatcher in the burgundy jacket was consoling Krishan at the time, and he was there and saw everything that happened. Okay, the other one on the other side, that's Mooney. I know it's a lot. I'm sorry. Mooney was in the room. That is the choreographer and makeup artist. Okay, and at the bottom left is Mr. Troy. He is the one that put on the concert in Los Angeles. Let's go up to Krishan. Krishan, you a mess, and I don't see your career lasting longer than a woman faking her orgasm. That's it. Okay, I don't see it lasting. I listen to your music. It's not that good. The issue here is that this woman, Krishan, has misplaced anger. She hit James, and she should have been hitting Blueface. Blueface ain't up there, okay? All in all, what's going on right now is that the people don't believe that James was really hit, and people believe that Krishan was set up. Set up for what? I don't know. Okay? But at the end of all of this, Tamar Braxton, let's go to Tamar, is still on tour. Krishan, let's move over, has not been arrested and still has not admitted fault. And James is out of surgery from getting his nose and his teeth fixed. That's all I got for it. Do y'all even know what's going on, and what do you think? Bring me back up. Was that a lot? Did y'all get that? Because it's just too much. Krishan's a bully, okay? Krishan's not a bully. Krishan is a damaged woman, okay? And a lot of these people who are around her, say what you want about them, they are praying people. And I think they're trying to do what's best for Krishan instead of embarrassing her and giving her what she really deserves. Okay, I think people are having grace on her, but I don't see how much longer that grace is lasting. I know, it's a mess. Speaking of a mess, Keke Palmer and Darius Jackson. So Keke got custody of the baby. Okay, let me calm down because it's too much. Keke and Darius been together. This whole baby, listen, I'll come back to it. I'll do a TikTok. I'm sorry, Lynette, but it's a lot of moving pieces in that. Keke Palmer and Darius Jackson. Okay. Keke filed a restraining order against Darius, alleging he's been abusive. Okay. Right now, as it stands, Keke has full custody of the baby. This is where I think it's interesting. Keke's mom, who we never see, we don't see her in public, came out and had to say this. Please, I know I sent you the video on that one. Play that video of Keke's mama.
Look, I've never done anything like this. I've been in this business for 22 years. I've seen a lot of stuff, but this is I can't help myself. For Sharonis Jackson to post on his Twitter the ridiculous stuff that he's posted when he knew his brother was abusive. I went to Sharonis over a year ago and told him that his brother was abusive to my daughter. And he said, well, I used to be like that too. What? So now he's posting on Twitter like he's this special guy when we know he's a big boy in Hollywood. He's disrespectful to women, just like his little brother. He taught his brother how to be abusive. So he don't get to act like he's this special guy. No, you're a boy and you're a part of the problem.
Okay, now so there's been text messages exchanged, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? Now bring up Sharonis. I didn't realize Sharonis is the man from Insecure. I sound so country when I said that. Insecure. Anyways, this the man from the fuck boy from Insecure. How funny is that? That's his baby's mama. Okay. Now Sharonis said that he never said what he said to Sharon. And basically, the whole family seemed a little crazy. But Sharonis himself is going through a custody battle with his baby mama. And there's abuse allegations in that also, allegedly. Bring back Keke and Darius. I'm going to just give y'all my opinion and move on from it because I can't keep up with the text messages, the lame-ass sorry excuse for Darius's mom. I'm sorry. I don't know the lady, but she's not worth 2 nickels right now, okay, in my opinion, because she obviously don't care and raised 2 fuckboys. Excuse my language, but it'll get see it. I think Darius has good intentions. But even someone in good intentions, when you put them in an environment where they are not allowed to flourish with their good, positive attributes, right? What do you have? This. I think Darius has learned behavior. I think he, the issues that they've had, clearly they've had for a very long time. And a lot of people go, well, how can Keke of all people end up in an abusive relationship? How can she end up with Darius? She's so strong. Listen, I'm raising my hand because I'm an example. That ex that I saw, that I told you that I didn't have any feelings for, unbeknownst to me, that was the relationship where I experienced abuse, and I don't consider myself a victim per se, but I can see how easy it is to end up in a situation that you did not set up to be in. No one sets up to be in a relationship where you're physically harmed or emotionally abused or any type of abuse. No one sets out for that. And people say, well, she should have saw the signs. Listen, the heart wants what the heart wants sometimes. But I think her mom was someone who was watching, and the fact that she went to the older brother, the fact that all of this was going on, and obviously this was something that was built up, is a very telling sign. So I hope Kiki gets healing. Darius and Sharonis. Sharonis just, I'm not going to do it. I'm not even going to talk about their names, but if you ever meet one of their brothers, just don't do it. It ain't the time right now. Let them get healed. And also, while we're on this subject, and it's just been in the atmosphere, it is so important for men to go to therapy. I know we talk about therapy, but I think sometimes we see it as, you know, a woman thing or something that shows a sign of weakness or being sensitive. But it's so important for men to go to therapy, not just seek it, but actually be a man of your word and go to it and follow through with it and do the work. And to my Black men especially, gosh, so much can be avoided. Whew. Okay, 4 minutes and we done. Coi Leray and Benzino. If you got daddy issues, just pace yourself. See, that's why I wore this shirt. Y'all like my shirt today? I like it. But it's just, even my bear is like, it's just too much. It's just too much. Benzino, creator of Source Magazine, for those of you who were born before 2000. And Coi Leray is his daughter. She is a new up-and-coming rapper who I will say, in my humble opinion, is just ruining his daughter's career. Okay? Just ruining it. Benzino is one of those old men that still go to the club and try to pick up on the little 21-year-olds. Just greasy. Okay? So Coi Leray basically came out and said, listen, I'm not going to talk about these. She's talking to her father. Let's play the clip. Talking to her father.
Him go online and just create craziness for no reason, make up things, try to make it seem like I just don't, it just has to stop. And if you notice, it has been a pattern for some time now, a pattern since he went on Clubhouse and did the whole blick situation and leaked the fact that I had the record with Nicki, since he went and tried to downplay my album sales on Trendsetter, since he went and tried to, like, it just seems like every single time, instead of you congratulating me and be happy for me, you want to go online and try to use me to prove yourself to these people in this industry on why you feel like you didn't get the respect or whatever it is that you deserve. I don't want to be a clout kid. I'd rather us, again, just hit me offline, hit our family, and other than that, I'll never, ever, ever mention anything in any more interviews.
Okay, let's move on. Okay, so basically she's saying, listen, they've had a very public, messy relationship. Long story short, Coi Leray is a new artist. Coi Leray had this big record. I don't know if you remember, Nicki Minaj was supposed to come out. It was still released, called Blick Blick. Benzino went on Clubhouse. Y'all remember when we was in the pandemic and we didn't have nothing to do, so we had the new party line Clubhouse. So Benzino went on Clubhouse and basically let everybody know that this record was going to be happening. He killed the secret. Nicki Minaj was upset. I don't know if the collab happened. It didn't go out the way it was supposed to go out because of Benzino. Then fast forward, recently Benzino got online and Coi Leray did a video with Busta Rhymes, and basically Benzino told Busta Rhymes to stop dancing with his half-naked daughter. So Benzino has always just been annoyingly there. So Benzino, of course, in greasy fatherhood fashion, responded. Let's see his response.
And what I called you for? Yeah, I called you for some money. I made you. You didn't make me. And right, I called Ray Ray and everybody else. I'm supposed to. Who the fuck else am I supposed to call? What the fuck is the matter with this generation and you kids, man? Y'all are. Angie knew what she was doing. She don't like me. Angela Yee knew what she was doing. She don't like me. But you had no problem with disrespecting the fucking man that brought you here. I had you. You didn't have me. My career, I did fucking things. Amazing things. I'm proud of what you're doing, but Coi, you ain't done this shit or made the money that I made. You couldn't walk in my fucking Adidas for an hour. How can you get on here and say that you're a clout? I'm using you for clout. Coy, your first record was disrespecting me. Your first record that Universal allowed was you disrespecting your father. In that narrative of me not being there and you had to come out and sell drugs and you had to overcome all these obstacles. No. You was bad. Your mother sent you down to live with me in Atlanta. You couldn't cope with that because I wasn't going for the shit that she goes for and went for. So I don't know if there was some.
That's enough, child. That just take him out. Oof. Isn't Benzino just like draining? Like he just takes the energy out of you. Here's the thing, and I wanted to cover this story before we go to the next segment. Number one, listen, it hits close to home. I had a very interesting relationship with my father, and I know many of you who will be watching this, who are watching this, have relationships with your mothers and your fathers that, sometimes cause you anxiety, sometimes cause you stress. Some of you watching this video was triggered a little bit. First, let me start off by saying this. Benzino, you wrong. You didn't bring her here, and a lot of parents who use this, I brought you here, I'll take you out. Listen. Let me tell y'all something, and some of y'all not going to like it, some of y'all going to feel uncomfortable, but you don't owe your parents shit, okay? You don't owe them anything. If you do something because of how good they've been to you and what they've done for you, that is wonderful. But if you don't, it's not a guilt trip. You don't owe them anything. The reality is that our parents are the vessel whom God uses to bring us here. And so each of you individually here, we live, especially in the Black community, we live in this, you owe me because listen, and he got to be high off for some to still have cornrows in his 50s. A grown man will listen, and let me just pause right here. A grown man with cornrows, don't do it. Just don't. Benzino is just a hot, kind of like soaring mess. Like Benzino, for people who don't know, y'all know, he was the creator of Source magazine, one of the first hip hop magazines. He was in there, but he just lost it. He's not aging gracefully or doing anything well. But here's the reality is people who have parents like this, listen, he's a gaslighter. He's obviously borrowing money. Yes, he is a clout chaser. He is living off of her because if he actually stayed quiet, we wouldn't know who he is. Okay, nobody would connect the two. A grown man with cornrows is bananas. It is bananas. Okay, even Snoop Dogg said, let me lock it up. Let me just lock it up. Baby, we're going to take a break. I'm past my time on this, but it's so much going on. First, and let me just say this, a couple of other things. I don't believe the assistant regarding Will and Jay. I don't think Will and Dwayne Martin, I don't care how far that rumor's been, I don't believe it. Tasha K is still a mess, and she's still a clout chaser. I know y'all want to believe it, but Will Smith, the way he punches people, I can't see it. Okay? Now, Kwame, I don't care. I don't. You're not going to do me on this Good Wednesday, okay? Because I'm shitting. Okay? Because when we come back, we're going to talk about shit, okay? I want you to look at your neighbor and say it's time to shit. I'll see you in a few.
Step away from the chaos and noise of your daily life. Experience moments for yourself that are calm, serene, and full of peace. A necessary respite to foster growth within you, because self-care should be luxurious. Luxe Noir.
In a world filled with diversity, where radical faith and progressive believers come together, there's a place that's breaking all boundaries and embracing believers from all walks of life. Bullet and Flight Radio, where believers unite, boundaries break and love triumphs.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back. To the Daryl Walters Show. I don't know what that did, but I want y'all to see. It's good. Anyways, welcome back, y'all. Welcome back to the Daryl Walters Show. Listen, I realize this show is part mess, part fun, and also part encouragement. I am stepping into a role of I get what my purpose is. I get where I'm supposed to be. And part of it is to encourage you. So listen, I want you to turn to your neighbor and say, it's time to shit. If you ain't got a neighbor, turn to your fake neighbor and say, it's time to shit. I'm glad I get to say that because it's an acronym and you're not getting canceled, Kwame. But listen, last week, I was like, man, what am I going to talk about next week? I didn't have anything. Hold on, don't put it up yet. Hold on, don't put it. But today's discussion, right? And the word came to me, shit. And I'm like, okay, and so I Googled it and I was thinking about it. And first I want to play this video. Let's play the clip first.
I think it's time to let it go. Like you're moving into a whole new place. You're in transition. I know it's scary. I know it's uncomfortable. I know it feels weird. I know you don't know what's coming next. I know you feel like you're losing a lot, but remember, you're gaining so much more in this new place, in this new thing. What God is doing in your life is so beautiful. God is doing something special, but it's important that you make room for it. And this is what God has to say when he's ushering in transition, when he's ushering in a new season, when he's moving you from an old place to a new place. Do not remember the former things. So powerful. Don't even ponder on things of the past. He says, listen carefully. I am about to do a new thing, and now it will spring forth. But will you not be aware of it? Another translation says, do you not perceive it? When God's doing a new thing, he knows what he's doing. The question is, do you perceive it? If you're not aware that something new is coming, you never make room for the new. Although it feels more comfortable to stay in what's familiar, it's dangerous, and you're missing out on so much beauty that God has for you. Forget the old, but embrace the new.
Listen, for the next 20 minutes, we are going to talk about the fact that it's time to shit. Yes, bring it up now, Kwame. It's time to what? Shift high in your transition. It's time to shift high in your transition. Many of you are out there in change. Oh, I already felt it. I felt it already. Many of you are out there in process of change. You are in transition as we speak. You are in a space where you are changing, where you are shifting. To transition, bring me back up, Kwame. To transition is to change or shift from one place or state to another. And we find examples of transition in many places. We find transition in death. We find transition in a new job position. We even find transition in the gender, one person transitioning from one gender to another. But what happens when reality changes? What happens when your surroundings change? What happens when your friendships change? What happens when the people you thought you could trust, you can no longer trust? It's time to shift high in your transition. I want to tell y'all a little joke. When the body was first made, there was a debate over who was the most important, right? And one day, all the body parts were talking about who was the most important. And so the brain said, since I control everything and do all the thinking, I am the most important, therefore I should be boss. Then the feet looked at the brain and said, well, hold on, see, I carry him everywhere or her everywhere. He wants to go, and I get him in position to do what the brain wants. So I'm the most important, so I should be the boss. Then the I said, hold on. Since I must look out for all of you and tell you where the dark lurks, I'm the most important body part, baby. I should be the boss. Then the hand said, since I do all the work, baby, and I earn all the money to keep the rest of you going, I am the most important. Of course, everyone got to arguing, and the heart and the lungs and the ears and the mouth, they all say the same thing. So the asshole decided to prove the point and refute. Well, let me get back to it. The asshole decided and spoke up and pointed and said he was the most important. I'm gonna get this joke right, y'all. He said he was the most important. And even though the others didn't agree, they all laughed at him and they mocked him. They said, you just the asshole. What makes you think you can run all of us? So the asshole got upset. He really got upset. He had to think about it. He said, you know what, I'm gonna show y'all. So the asshole decided to prove and refuse to function. Right? Blocked up real tight. And soon the brain got feverish, the eyes crossed and ached, the feet were too weak to walk, and the hands hung limply at the sides. Okay? The heart and the lungs struggled to keep going, and all pleaded with the asshole to relent. And the asshole agreed that the asshole agreed, okay? And let everything go. What's the moral of the story? The moral of the story, right, is that the assholes always end up being the boss. And that's just a metaphor. The metaphor is that as you grow, as you get better, as you get stronger, as you get wiser, as you get richer, as you get more confident, as you become more self-aware, as you become more self-understanding, as you become more self-loving, as your self-esteem gets higher, as all of these things become aware to you, you realize that you don't have to take that shit anymore. That's why it's time to shift high in your transition. What do I mean by shifting high in transition? Well, let me get my second page of notes, okay? As you're growing, you're going to have a lot of people who are going to hate on you. A lot of people who are going to say that you have changed. A lot of people who are going to get in your comment section and try to antagonize you and try to bring in the old self of you, right? What I'm saying is, as you grow, as you shift, in your transition, you got to shift high in your transition. Michelle Obama said it once, when they go low, we go high. And a lot of people joke and say, when they go low, I take it to hell. And what I'm here to tell you is that that is not the way to your transition. That is not the way to your greater self. Don't be weighed down by darkness. Because when you respond to the comments, when you respond to the ignorance, a lot of times we're triggered because, and I'm talking about myself, that's why I'm so passionate about it. People have tried to come for me. People have tried to assault my character. People have tried to bring the old Daryl out, right? And people will try to do that to you. But I feel the pull to encourage you, don't give in. Don't compromise your character to get your lick back, because your real lick back is when you get to the end of your transition. Okay? A lot of you are in transition. And so I'm here to help you get from this place, right, to the next place that you are. Because understand, what got you there is not going to get you over here. Okay? That was really good. That was really, really good. What got you here is not going to get you over there. And so while we live in a world where it's easy to just respond in a comment, it's easy to just say, well, you know what? I'm just gonna treat them how they treated me. Okay, I'm just gonna talk about them how they talked about me. I'm just gonna take what they did and do it even worse to them because they hurt me. That's not the answer. Well, Daryl, what is the answer? Because you were created with greatness. See, I'm not talking to everybody when I talk about it's time to share. I'm not talking to everybody when I say it's time to shift high in your transition. I'm talking to the kings and queens. I'm talking to the people who were created with greatness in them. I'm talking to the people who understand that the purpose in their life, the calling on their life, the kindness in your heart, who you were created to be is greater than any insult, is greater than any put down, is greater than any comeback, is greater than any, let me post this video so I can get them back. Let me subtweet this so I can really hurt them and get them to understand. Don't you understand you're greater than that? Don't you understand it's not even that you're better than that, but the core of who you are is greater than that. Where we at? 446? Okay. We got a little more time. Oh, thank y'all. Thank y'all. Because I'm here to just help you all be a better person. Many of you are going to higher places. Many of you are going to have great careers. Many of you are going to have great followings. Many of you are going to have great companies. Do you think the giraffe up here is worried about the ants and the caterpillars down here? Absolutely not. And let's talk about the second part of it's time to shit. Because also, in addition to the acronym, it is time to shit. We talk about it being a gross thing. Yes, it is. Do you know why it's gross? Because you're eliminating the waste out of your body that your body doesn't need. And it's time for some of you to spiritually shit. It's time for some of you to metaphorically shit. Get rid of the things that are weighing you down. Get rid of the people that are weighing you down. Get rid of the waste and shift high in transition. Woo! That's the message. I got that done a little shorter than I thought I would. That's it. And I thought that was good. What y'all think? Kwame, what you think? That'll preach. Come on now. Listen, y'all, shift high in transition, right? Shift high in your consciousness. Shift high in who you are. Like shift high, because a lot of us, we're all going through changes. We're all going through transitions. And I'll leave you with this example of what I mean by going through transition. In architecture, right, Pastor Daryl. Oh God, they would fight me on that one. We won't do that. Don't call me pastor. That's how shit gets started though. But there in architecture, there is a word called liminal spaces, right? And liminal spaces, excuse me, Liminal. And liminal spaces are spaces in architecture in which they are meant for transition, right? They are not meant to be sedentary places. They're not meant for places to live in, right? So an example of a liminal space would be a waiting room at a doctor's office, a parking garage, a hallway, right? Because it's basically made for transition. It's not made for you to stay there. And so I say that to say some of you are in spiritual liminal spaces. You're in spaces that you're not meant to stay there, okay? So one, let me tell you that what you're going through right now is not going to last always. It is a liminal space. It is a transition. It is a challenging time to connect you from this space to your next destination, okay? So wherever you're at right now, just know it ain't forever. That was my note. Outside of that, it's time to go. My little TV just gave me the notification. All right, y'all, listen. If you have a dream, I want you to see it through. If you have a vision, make it happen. But most of all, stay true to yourself. Listen, I'll see y'all next week with a better shirt, something that y'all can see. And I'll see y'all next week, okay? I love y'all. Make sure you follow me, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram at I am Daryl Walter, the Daryl Walter Show, for updates and everything. Tap in the comments. I love y'all so much. Oh, I won't see y'all next week. I'm just kidding. Happy Thanksgiving. Y'all eat turkey. Eat as much mac and cheese for me. And listen, don't put no raisins in the potato salad. This is not your time to experiment with what you saw on TikTok. Don't you do our ancestors like that, okay? This your warning right now, because some of y'all thinking about God help me, because I almost went off. Happy Thanksgiving. I'll see y'all later. Peace. No show next week. We on break. You heard me. Don't do that. Peace. I gotta go.